So hi everyone, in this video I am going to discuss another element of the four keys na marketing or the mix na marketing na framework so that we can make use of this to develop an effective na marketing strategy. So this framework deals with these four keys: the product, the place, the price, promotion. And in this video, we are going to focus on the place. So we also refer to place as the um, distribution channels. So we are mainly concerned with how the product is bought and where it is bought. Okay, so the distribution channels are sets of interdependent organizations that are involved in the process of making a product or service available for use or consumption, as well as providing a payment mechanism for the provider. So overall, these are the activities that are needed to transfer the ownership of goods or your services and move them from the point of production to the point of consumption. So the distribution channels could involve the manufacturers or the producers or wholesalers, retailers, distributors, agents or brokers, franchises, or even online na mga marketplaces. So in your case, you have your application. So some of you are developing an application that is very specific for a certain client, but some of you are developing an application that may be used by general na mga general na company. So like, for example, some of you have developed hardware locator, right? So you can, there are a lot of shops that can make use of that product. So how are you going to deliver your product to your potential na clients? Okay, so anyway, let us move on. So these channel members that I have mentioned, the producers or the manufacturers, or in your case, the developers, the wholesalers, the retailers, the distributors, etc., they add value by bridging the major time, place, and possession gaps that separate the goods and services from those who would be using them. So these are the key value-added functions that are performed by the channel members. So it could be the information, promotion, contact, matching, negotiation, physical distribution, and financing. So in the information part, the channel members that we have mentioned can gather, analyze, and share market intelligence and information about the customer preferences, the market trends, as well as some competitive activities. So each of the channel members that we have can provide valuable insights to the main developers. So in your case, the main developers or the producers of the services regarding the product demand or pricing, as well as marketing strategies. Okay, so with the information that is given, that can be provided by some channel members, then the primary developers like you can have an informed decision, and you can also adapt to the offerings of the customer needs. So our distribution channels also, or the channel members, can also provide promotion. So our channel members can contribute to the promotion of products or the services by engaging in marketing and advertising activities. So they can develop and execute promotional campaigns or even advertise in their stores or online platforms, as well as provide product information in demonstrations. Okay, and also for the contact, so they can act as intermediaries who can establish direct contact with customers. So they can provide a physical appearance and physical presence where the customers can access products or maybe ask questions or seek assistance. Okay, and they can also aid in matching. So they can help match the needs and preferences of the customers with the products or services that are being offered by the developers. Okay, so they can also help assess customer requirements or maybe recommend mga appropriate na product features. All right. Now, what about the negotiation? So they can also provide or they can also give you some knowledge or people you can negotiate with. And then the physical na distribution. So your channel members can also handle the actual na physical distribution, but in your case, you don't need the actual, or you don't have a tangible na product that you can physically distribute, right? So, but for others that I have suggested that you can provide some hardware, or you can provide a embedded na software and hardware, embedded na applications, I mean, in your products, then you can make use of physical na distribution. So this involves the logistics, the aspect of the supply chain, so they can manage the inventory or storing the products in warehouses or retail locations, and etc., etc. Okay, and for the financing, so they can also provide some financing options to customers, allowing them to purchase products or services on credit or through installment plans. Okay, so yeah. And these are some of the marketing channels for customer products. So the direct channel is direct from the producer to the consumer. And then the retail channel is from the producer to the retailer. So we mentioned earlier that a retailer is also one of our distribution channel members. Okay, so retailers are businesses that sell products directly to the end consumers. So they can be brick and mortar stores or e-commerce platforms. It can be supermarkets, and then department stores or specialty boutiques, etc. Okay, so what the retailers do is to purchase goods. What the retailer can also do is to purchase goods from the wholesaler or the distributor. So this is the wholesale channel in the other hand. So from the producer to the wholesaler or distributor to the retailer. So as I mentioned, in the retail channel, it is direct from the producer to the retailer. And then in the wholesale channel naman, what the retailer does is they are purchasing goods from the wholesalers or the distributors. So distributors are independent entities that purchase products from your producers or manufacturers and sell them to the retailers or the end na customers. Okay. Yeah, and then we also have the agent channel. The agent channel or agents or brokers. So the agents or brokers act as intermediaries between the producer and the buyer. So they do not take ownership of the product, but just facilitate transactions on behalf of the producer. Okay, and from the retailer that purchases products from the wholesaler or distributor, the wholesaler or distributor can then get the product or services from the independent agents or brokers. Okay, again, the agent or the broker do not take ownership of the product, but just facilitates transaction in behalf of the producer. So the agent or the brokers does earn a commission or fee based on the sales that they generate. Okay. Now, what about the web distribution channel? So you can also make use of the web distribution channels. So yeah, here are some of the specific distribution channels for web using web. So you can make use of dedicated e-commerce. So a dedicated e-commerce channel involves setting up a website or maybe an online store that is specific for selling software and services. So the software provider maintains full control over the e-commerce na platform, including product listings, pricing, processing, as well as customer na support. So with the dedicated na e-commerce, so they can provide direct sales to customers and enable the provider to establish a direct relationship with them. And you can also make use of the platform na App Store. So what are examples of this? You can make use of the Apple App Store or maybe the Google Play Store or the Microsoft Store, and they can serve as distribution channels for software and services. So you as a provider can submit your applications or service to these app stores where your customers can discover and download or purchase your software and services. So this platform, app stores, is very well popular, right? You already know that. And they offer a large customer base, establish infrastructure, and streamline the distribution processes. And you can also make use of two-step distributions. So this involves using intermediaries like resellers or distributors to reach your customers. Okay, and then the aggregator. What does the aggregator do? So the aggregators also act as an intermediary that bring together software services from multiple providers and offer them through a centralized platform. So these platforms aggregate various software services and then categorize them and provide the customers with just a single interface to discover different options. Okay, and then you can also make use of social commerce, and this leverages social media platforms. On the other hand, social media platforms as a distribution channel for software and services. So you can make use of TikTok even, and then Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn to promote and sell your software services directly to customers. Okay, so there are a lot of successful na mga marketers, or not just the marketers, but companies, no, that were successful because of social media. So kasi yung social media, it has a wide base. Okay, and also it utilizes the social media's na platform features like targeted na mga advertising or mga influencers, as well as direct na customer engagement to drive awareness, engagement, as well as sales. And you can also make use of flash sales. So this involves offering software services at heavily discounted prices for a limited na period lang. So you may conduct it through dedicated na websites or maybe the e-commerce platforms that you have already employed, or you can do it through email campaigns. Okay, yeah. So in summary, the software and service providers often employ multiple distribution channels simultaneously to reach different customer segments and to maximize market reach. So the selection of distribution channels depend on factors such as your target market, or maybe the needs of your customers, or the behavior of your customers, your competitors, and also your marketing and sales strategies. Okay, yeah, that's all.